Hello there, it's Podzoid Binsky again about schizophrenia and the Tardive Dyskinesia drug and how it's working on me and an update on status. Uh, well, the exercising with the walks, getting my walks back for the state government who provides them, getting an aide who has time to walk with me and going on walks twice a week for like several months has paid off, and my muscles are the atrophy's gone, and they're pumped up and tight. I can walk up the steps on one foot after another now, and they're weird steps to come up to the big apartment building from the parking lot. But it's like an army boot camp thing, though. I'm not used to physical exertion like that. Even doing push-ups, like I never did in my life. I did some a few different times, and so the tardive dyskinesia drug is causing other like negative symptoms of the schizophrenia. I looked those up tonight, and they're on the computer there somewhere. But I looked at a list of the negative symptoms 2 or 3 years ago, finally, after all these years, knowing they exist, and there was no treatment for them, no medication for the negative symptoms, but some promised about 4 years ago in the news article. So, but the Austedo XR seems to be working on some of those things, like my unusual hours of sleep, which were up like 28 and down for 18 for decades. Everybody who knows me knows that. So that's me. That was me. Now I'm up to sleep for like 7 hours, and I'm back up again. And I'm up every morning before daylight. So tonight's a rare exception where I've spent around for the night again, I guess. I like that. I miss my nighttime hours. So the prescriber of Austedo and I agreed. She agreed with me that we can try every 12 hours instead of both at once. It was putting me to sleep like that every night, just naturally just tired, and had to turn everything off or fall asleep right in my chair. But it didn't have an immediate effect. I still was going to sleep at the same 8, 9, 10 p.m. or so, there's some improvement in my diurnal rhythm, which was way out of whack from the schizophrenia known genetic components. It was a circadian rhythm clock gene aberration, but it was determined in the field of genetics as they studied the DNA makeup of schizophrenia, and bipolar too, as a study included at the time. But I participated in it. It's in my book, In the Grip of Paranoid Schizophrenia, 3rd edition. Well, I was trying to incorporate then being up early like I have been for weeks, months. I don't know how long it's been on this maximum dose I'm on now. But so I tried to move this morning when I got up yesterday morning. It's not one of my usual, typically long days at this point yet, but it's getting there. But it feels good to be up this long. My mind's sharper. But so I tried to move my nighttime activities into my daytime early morning by turning on the yellow synthesizer over there and some YouTube tutorials on how to make it do different things. And I had fun doing that. But I was experiencing, when I go out walking with my aide on these exercise walks, I put my supportive shoes on with special inserts, and I'm like 2 inches taller. So the way it makes me stand up and the way I'm walking is exercise, building my muscles up for that height of walking, that high of a center of gravity, if you will. But without my shoes on, then my muscles are all built up all wrong for walking 2 inches shorter. So that's a trade-off I have to live with, because I have to maintain around here somehow. And my legs work differently now because I attribute that to the tardive dyskinesia drug, turning the nerves on to the extremities of the feet, down the legs, of course, and the hands, down the arms, of course, and the face, which is the flattened effect they call it in psychiatry, psychology, where when you smile, the nerves are burned away of my extremities. I couldn't smile with my cheeks, like a picture of me before I was on psychiatric drugs, and I feel those nerves light up now, being restored by the Austedo. But I don't know how to control that though, like some people do with their smiles. Easy, very easy for them, but to do manipulate, but themselves. But so that's difficult for me. Like the preface of my forward of my book says, in what comes easily for the rest of you comes very hard for me. Great difficulty, I mean, so it's an interesting book. In a Grip of Paranoid Schizophrenia is in the Ohio library system. If you don't have a library card, you can get one and get it that way for free. So anyways, we're at 5:30. So, am I going to move my night times into my days then, or what am I going to do? It's going to be summer. The air conditioner is going to have to run. That means at night is the only time I can turn it off. I hate to listen to it. I just can't stand it. It drives me nuts by August. One of the detriments of living here. Anyways, if you have tardive dyskinesia, I wouldn't stop taking your antipsychotic medication for it. I would talk to your doctor about it first and find some alternative, compatible, appropriate alternative to what you think you're experiencing or whatever like this. Good luck with it. Psychiatry should know this. That tardive dystonia can cause scoliosis, I think I'm a prime example of, and that's still the case. It's just building back up and responding to the tardive dyskinesia drug, Austedo XR. Amazing. Wonderfully interesting if you're interested in it. Stay tuned. See you later.